Well, budget details for the city of Buffalo are solidifying tonight as the deadline to pass a deal approaches. Thanks for joining us tonight at 11. I'm Mary Alice Demler. Scott is off tonight. Now, the city is facing a challenging financial future. And as 2 on Your Side's Rob Hackford reports, city leaders are working with little room for error. Right, Rob?
Yeah, Mary Alice, city leaders are going back to basics with this budget, tightening their belts and looking for new ways to raise revenue as they try to get a handle on a structural deficit that has been years in the making. You can't talk about the city of Buffalo's budget this year without discussing the deficit, one that, depending on who you ask, is as high as $70 million. It's a burden on the city that, by necessity, has led the Scanlon administration and the Common Council to pitch new ideas to bring in money and look everywhere for cuts. Lee Halton Pope is council majority leader.
This is a really lean budget. So the fact that you've already cut $26.5 million, it does not leave us a lot of wiggle room for issues or errors.
The city's financial advisory board noting that vulnerability, requesting a gap plan to game plan how the city might cover $42 million in uncertain revenues if things like the state gaming compact, a new hotel occupancy tax, and the sale of the city's parking ramps to a new parking authority don't go as planned.
I feel confident that the budget will get passed with some tweaks to it, working with our partners in government. That's what this is about. It's about partnership and collaboration.
And then we all work through it together. We take ownership as a collective. It's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but we're doing the absolute best we can.
The Common Council has suggested 6 amendments that seek to rein in overtime spending and get council representation on that new parking authority. 2 more urge the mayor's office to explore new ideas, like seeking reimbursement deals for public safety costs at places like KeyBank Center and Salem Field, and creating a property tax circuit breaker program to help cushion the blow of large tax increases like this year's expected 8%.
Our asks are not unreasonable. A lot of them are more supporting and figuring out how we're going to work through it, but also getting them to agree and putting in writing that they will.
Based on our conversations, I feel like they'll take action tomorrow, and again approve the budget that we've proposed with some modifications, obviously, to that reflect their priorities as well. So I feel good about the conversations, and like I said, looking forward to tomorrow.
Our first look at the final budget will likely come tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. during the council's caucus meeting, with a vote expected a little later on at 2 p.m. during their regularly scheduled meeting. On Your Side, Rob Hackford, Channel 2 News.